Okay, it's Cindy and Dina, Cindy Clark and Dina Zumwalt are up there. They can come up.
Underclassmen in the color guard. Okay, what we're up here for is we're going to give every senior a gift from all the underclassmen. It's for all the hard work that they've put in, all the effort, and all the troubles that we've had and everything, and we've all gotten along. They've put in a lot of work, they really have, and sometimes we neglect it. They've not just done a lot this year, but the past years that they've been in it too. And so that's why we're up here, and we just want to give them all a gift, okay? Okay, this one right here is for Ann Suarez.
And it has something written to her. It was fun in color guard. Good luck in the future. We will miss you. Diane, Andrew, and Elizabeth.
Okay, this one is someone that I met when I first got into color guard, and her and I have been really good friends ever since, and it's to Mickey Bendo. Hamlet. Oh, and Sherry says thanks for being late.
Tracy Boucher. This might come in handy over at your college that you're going to because you're having a little problems. Boy problems here? You're going to need this next year.
Okay, and these flowers right here are from her sister Lisa. Just because. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, that's it, and I just want to say from all the underclassmen that we're going to miss all the seniors that are leaving us, but I'm looking forward to being a senior next year.
Okay. I would like to have this year's section leaders, if they could please stand in their place. I'd like to thank them at this time. That would be Tanya Scotland from flute, Lori Barno for the clarinets, Joel McAllister for the alto saxes, Craig Shimabukuru for the tenor saxes, Stan Trotter for the trumpets, Eddie Cobb for the baritones, Gary Gomez for the trombones, Stacy Trotter for the basses, and Pat Turner for the percussion section. Pardon? Oh, that's right, Lynn Blake for the bass clarinet section. At this time, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to announce the section leaders for next year. In the clarinet section, we'll have two people sharing those chores because we have a lot of clarinets. And that would be Lori Barno and Wendy Heyer. The alto sax section will be led by Morris Berry. Tenor saxes, Christy Chambers. The French horns, Trish Warner. The trumpets, Jeff Lenning. The trombones, Robert Einig. And the bass section, Scott Erickson. I'd like to ask Tanya to come up for a minute. She'd like to announce the flute section leader, and I think she has a message for her section.
Okay, I didn't prepare a speech or anything, but it was going to be part of my senior will, but I couldn't will it till section leader was announced. Okay, this year, I think the flutes, the reason we did so well was because we were unified. We were together as one group. And I think the one reason that that helped during marching season is I had the bright idea of getting cute little sweatshirts. So for you parents who, I don't want to repeat what it says on the back, but you other parents have, seen the sweatshirts, you know what it says. So my will was going to be the silk screening device right here for Boji's, but I have to give it to the section leader. So you're all sitting there, hurry up to the section leader. I know that, Stacy's not here. I know the two of them are all nervous, like, hurry up, Tanya, so I'm just going to sit here and take my time. While they wonder, I know it's three. It's Stacy Williams, Jamie Vogler, and Sharon Wolf, but Stacy couldn't make it. So the 1986-1987 flute section leader is Jamie Vogler. hope you will carry the tradition of sweatshirts on for the new freshmen. And have sectionals twice a week, like I did.
Okay, if I could have, I will announce and thank this year's band council and color guard council, and if they could come up, I'll let them introduce who's taking their place in the different capacities. Let's see. The color guard historian this year was Cheryl Zumwalt. Just come right on up here. The secretary treasurer was Dina Purcell. Purcell, okay. There's a composer named Henry Purcell. I'm sorry. I grew up all my life playing his music. The the president of the color guard was Ann Suarez. Just come on up here. Sorry, it'll make sense in a minute. The secretary for the band was Eddie Cobb. The treasurer was Tom Wisniewski. The vice president was Joel McAllister. And the president, who I want to wait until later because I've had a request to announce the band president later in the program, so I will bring Henry up at that time. Okay, let's see. Let's go with the storm first.
Okay, I just want to...
I'm sorry. These people will just be recognized this time. You don't need to come up. It's okay.
Okay, well, this girl, I know she's going to do a good job because she took a lot of pictures this year, and I know everybody wanted her to do it, and she's going to do a really great job, and it's a lot of fun, and that's Angie Gay. Okay, this person, she's really dedicated. She really is. I'm nervous as I've never been up before. Anyway, the secretary treasurer color guard is Cindy Clark. Congratulations.
Well, this girl was like the quietest one in the guard, and hardly anybody knew she was there. She was a really hard worker, and she did her best. So this year's president is Tammy Kennedy.
Yeah!
I just want to point out that the students do elect these offices, so this is their choices. And I don't, boy, did that come out wrong? But not mean to imply any negative at that at all. I just want you to realize that it's their choice.
Okay, for secretary, I didn't do anything at all as a secretary, so even today, I never saw any money either. But the new secretary is Tris Warner. Hey, as 85, 86 treasurer, Mr. Council had said I would have many duties. I had none. And I'd like to announce for the 86, 87 treasurer, Miss Adina Wright.
This is for the vice president of the band. And I've known this girl for a few years now. And I think everybody kind of likes her because she's sort of like hyper and spastic and And she has a lot of nicknames, if you can think about it. But next year's vice president is Mrs. Sharon Wolf.
Okay. All right. Now follow your notes. Okay. Okay. At this time, we're going to thank all the leaders, and we do have something for them of the group. And if they could all come up, and I'll announce who you are. Let's see. Where do we go? There we go. The drum major, of course, was Gary Gomez, and he's already up there. The flag captain was Rhonda Minner. The flag assistant captain was Sharon Fide. The rifle captain was Michelle Benbow. The assistant rifle captain was Lisa Van Lith. The drill team head leader was Jennifer Smith. The first assistant was Veronica Tippins. We have something for these individuals also, so if they can please come up and receive the flag. The second assistant was Kim Birch. The first recall was Wendy Johnson. And the second recall was Christy Lynn. Since people that we're having a little change of format with the color guard this year, in that we're going to have a color guard captain, a flag sergeant, and a rifle sergeant for the group. The color guard captain could come from either the rifle line or the flag line, and the color guard captain for next year will be Rhonda Minner. And the flag sergeant will be Carolyn Davis. We'll announce the rifle sergeant after band camp. We want to watch the progress within that section. There's a lot of new people in the section. We want to give them a chance to develop and mold together as a group. Okay, what else? I guess we could. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, that's fine.
Just in case you haven't already heard, our new leaders for next year have been announced, but head leader will be Wendy Johnson. First assistant is Christy Lynn. And second assistant next year will be Lori Hunt.
Okay, leaders, thanks. Sit down now. Okay, I would like to take a moment and thank somebody that really never had an official title with us this year. The band came up with their own nicknames for this person. I like to think that I could not have survived this year without this person, and that is no exaggeration. This young lady did everything and anything I asked her to do, including, she literally almost single-handedly ran off, Xerox, stapled, put together the newsletter with a circulation of 500. And the music, I'd like to call her music librarian because she was most certainly that, at the very least, and that would be Debbie Warner. If she could please come up. Okay, if I could have Henry come up and Gary, then they could make the announcements for the next year's president and drum major.
This is quite a surprise to me, but the band president for the 1986-87 school year is Denise Eli. Give her a hug.
story is, so when I first came to Kennedy, no. I don't know. I'll cry my heart out later. The drum major for 1986-87 is. Who is it? Lori Barno.
Okay. If I could have all the following people come up before they do, it's going to be my instructional staff. And again, I could not possibly thank them enough, nor could you, by the way. You know, you especially that are in the group, know what they do for you day in and day out. And the old staff, the ones that have already received their plaques from last year, I decided 2 plaques, you didn't really have a need for that. So you'll get a $10 gift certificate to the Tower of Records. And the new staff gets a plaque. All right. Okay. I know you'll like that. All right. The drill team advisor that does a marvelous job is Danelle Till. The rifle instructor is Dale Stevens. Come on. Come on. I got something for you. The flag instructor is Craig Root. The marching instructors, the fabulous trio of Paul Harms, Steve DeCaney, and Jeff Sharp. The percussion instructor, of course, is David Ramirez. And that comprises the regiment staff. And can we give them a round of applause, please? I really, really appreciate what they do. At this time, I'd like to have Steve and Jeff come up because they want to say a few words.
Hi. I'm not really good at doing this kind of thing, but there are some people that, since I was at Kennedy since 1980, for those of you, and I graduated in 83, and there are some people that meant a tremendous amount to me in those years that I've stuck around. First of all, I'd like to thank probably the most important group of people in this entire organization, and that is the seniors this year, who went through and lived through the tragedies, and you know it all. I don't have to tell it to you. You guys got through that, and you pulled together, and you pulled out on top, and you guys literally kicked some tail. And I want to thank you all for doing that. All right. All right. Okay. I would also like to thank the Booster Club for making it a joy for this entire staff to work here. We had a lot of fun this year. They worked very well with us. We were very happy to be a part of this group, and I'd like to thank them for their cooperation also. I want to thank Stacy, first of all. And I'd like to thank my good friend Gary Gomez for being there and being my good friend for so many years, and he's done a great job, and I especially have to take the time out to bring to your attention, and maybe you can recall a lot of the things that he's done for us, and I want to thank him personally. Thanks. And I'll make this one quick. Thanks, Zig. I don't know what for, but thanks a lot. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I think most of you have seen him at times when he's a little on the nervous side. He's great to work for, and I want to mention something else. Someone who's very special to me. This guy's been around longer than I can count. He's a very close friend of mine. He's made an impression on this crew, probably in a way that no other person has, and I can probably say that with a lot of safety. A good friend of mine, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Jeff Sharp, and I'd like to thank him.
Well, I'm the old timer of this group. I've been here since 1979. I've seen 9 band directors. Number 9 right here. And I can tell you that he's one of the best. He's one of the best in the district. Now, as far as I go, some people say I'm too hard on the kids. Some people say I'm too obnoxious in the morning when I wake up. Some people say that I push them too hard, and then there's the people on the other side of the fence who all agree. Now, that's true. That's all very true. But in all these years, I've never seen a better group of seniors. We've had the best seniors this year that I have ever worked with, and I've been here since 1979. Give yourselves a hand, because they're outstanding. Now, special award. We're restarting this year that we had many years ago. It kind of fell off the books, and I'm a traditionalist in every sense of the word, so I suggested to Zig that we put it back on the agenda for this evening. This award is called the Roll of Honor. We will actually get a scroll and put it on the wall, but I'll take care of that later. This award is for the individual who, over the course of the year, really went far, far, far above and beyond what everybody else did. This young lady is a drill team member this year. She, at one time, I had a kid that got hurt. She had to have an operation on her leg. That left me with a hole right in the middle of the marching band, and I had a performance in 4 days. 4 days. What was I going to do? Well, Zig stressed out, pulled his hair out. What are we going to do? So I said, Danielle, I need some help. She gave me a young lady that in 4 one-hour practices learned our entire field show, was issued a uniform, and performed that job absolutely flawlessly for the rest of the entire year. Her name is Kathleen Twinicki, and I'd like you to come up. This award, by the way, at one time was the highest single award that we gave out at this banquet. Hopefully it'll retain that stature. Young lady, congratulations.
Okay, at this time, I would like to thank some booster people, the 2 booster presidents. Unfortunately, one of them couldn't be with us this evening. That's Leah Hunt. And I'd like to thank Rick Polis, because I think he did a marvelous job of pulling the boosters together this year and getting a lot more people active in the club. I'm sorry, I'll get there yet. Okay, finally, the band awards. But before we do, almost finally, I'd like to now take a moment and highlight the drill team awards for you and what they were and who earned them.
It's going to be record time for drill team awards, I promise.
Oh, take your time.
I already took my time one time this year, so I'm going to be real quick about this. I'd like to just let you know who received awards for the drill team this year. Freshman of the Year was Carrie Campbell. Sophomore of the year was Valerie Holohan. Junior of the year was Becky Winton. Senior of the year was Sherry Yamanishi. Most improved this year was Rayleigh Abram. Most inspirational was Chris Cronin. Leader of the year was Veronica Tippins. And Colleen of the year was Jennifer Smith.
At this time, if Craig and Dale could please come up, we'll give out the rifle awards first.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got a sheet to help you. No, all the way. We'll get the awards to you. Or one up, one down, I don't know. Two things outstanding in each, I guess. And then last one. Winners award. Oh, they got it. Just go sit. But we got all the awards over there. Go ahead, I'll give it to you. You're up there.
First, I would like to thank everybody in the color guard that knew what it took and really maxed it out. Thank you very much. Okay, first is most improved rifle, and that is Shauna Young. Outstanding rifle, hard worker. Thanks a lot, Mickey.
Okay, for most improved flag, it was a real tough decision, really, because a lot of the girls that came into the color guard were real new to what they had to do, and a lot of them just didn't know what to do. And two of these girls, there's two girls that got it, became like two of the best girls in the color guards. I want to say them separately because I have something different to say about both girls. The first girl, basically when she came in, she had a great style and great poise and everything, and everything it took. She just didn't know how to spin a flag, and she took that to the ultimate. That's Carolyn Davis. Okay, the next girl, who basically the band, the color guard, the entire Shamrock Regiment could not have done without this girl. We probably marched 7, 8 field shows, and she probably marched 7 or 8 different drills. She constantly moved different spots, always filling in holes, and that's Tammy Castillo. And now we move to our most outstanding flag, who is just somebody who blows me away. I've never seen a better flag spinner, and I'm really sad to see her go to the rifle line, but she's going to be the best rifle, I'm sure, and that's Sharon Feed.
Okay, this is for outstanding color guard member, and this person did know what it took to really do her job, and she did a great job, and Craig and I are very proud of this person, and we'd really like to thank her for the outstanding job she did, and that's Jana McConnell.
Okay, my turn. But before I do, I left off one person inadvertently. We're adding a new position to the regiment next year, and that is a twirler, and the person that will fill that position is Kim Birch. Okay, at this time I'd like to recognize the most improved bandsman in the group. And as usual, that is always the toughest one for me because you see so much growth in so many of the students. So I did my usual thing. I picked 4 students. But they all are very deserving of it, and I could have picked a lot more than that, but these 4 really stood out in my mind, and I'll just say a little word about each. One of them, and if they could all come up, we do have an award for them. The first one did a marvelous job on both the tenor sax and especially on the electric bass. The amount of growth she made this year was amazing. That's Christy Chambers. Another one that unfortunately we lost to the color guard this year, but did a marvelous job, was Tina Walsh. Next, there was a member of the clarinet section that this young lady is incredibly dedicated to what we do, and that is Shannon Bouchard. And last, but certainly not least, as I heard when Tanya came up earlier, unfortunately this young lady's not with us, but I think the amount of growth that Stacy Williams showed this year was really amazing. Next, I'll give the class awards. And again, please understand, I hope you understand anyway, how difficult this is to do. It is really not easy because we have some really outstanding members. But I felt the person that stood out the most in the freshman class this year was Tricia Warner. The outstanding sophomore this year, I felt, was Wendy Heyer. Outstanding junior was next year's drum major, Lori Barnell. The outstanding senior, Gary Gomez. That only leaves 2. I'm very happy to add the Louis Armstrong Award this year, and the recipient of that honor was the outstanding keyboardist, Henry Gillard. He will be really missed next year, to say the least. I'm sorry, what? Oh, the Louis Armstrong Award is to the outstanding jazz band member of the entire ensemble, and he most certainly was at every performance we went to. I think he received a certificate for outstanding solo work, and very deserving of such. The outstanding member of the entire group, they have an award that they give called the John Philip Sousa Award, and it's commensurate with just that, the outstanding member of the group. And this is what has been a real pleasure to instruct this gentleman this year, and that's Mr. Joel McAllister.
to say something. I'm just going to say a little bit. But really, the past 4 years, music has really been my life. And it's really cool. Kennedy's really cool. And I'm just glad I was able to stick in there and just work my hardest for it. Thank you.
Tracy, will you show up there? Can you come up? I'm sorry, if I can hear me. Tracy? Yeah. She has a little word she'd like to give out this time. Oh, my goodness. When Tracy talks, the guard listens.
We want to thank all the... Come on, Cheryl. We want to thank all the special people, the family and the friends that came to watch us perform, both first semester and second semester, when not a lot of people come to see us. There's people who've been to every show. There's mothers who get our makeup on, our equipment ironed and washed, and make sure we're on time, and help the instructors not to lose their backpacks or their tapes. We have mothers that offer to draw maps to the Red Onion when children come and get lost and go to the wrong Red Onion in the wrong beach. Yeah, Craig.
Oh, I know where it is.
Oh, we do have... Miss Bevo, do you want to do that now? We do have something for Craig so that he'll never forget where the Red Onion is. But we have one special mother that we care very much about. We all care about our mothers. But this lady, we all call her Mom, all of us. And she's one of the best moms we've had in like a long time. The one who sat through all year, who didn't back down, who put up with all our blanks and all our problems. She's a good listener. She's very supportive. We all love her, and that's Mrs. Bimbo.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Rick Polis, who's going to introduce this year's booster board and install next year's.
Thank you, Zig. Before I start, Flynn, there was something you talked about Ireland so much and everything, but you failed to mention about how you got the nice hat one day at dinner. He had the Shako. Remember the Shako?
The dead bird bus kept leaving early.
Yeah. If you want to call it that. Well, to start with tonight, I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything, so she had to make up some cards. We had milk. What the hell went on with the grocery list? But the first thing I'd like to do tonight is there's been somebody that's been very special to this booster club and the Shamrock Regiment over the years. We've asked for help on different occasions. I can remember just before we went to Ireland, we were selling letters to the banner. Everybody knows what the banner is, right? Yeah! Especially the girls. The way the banner was taken care of is I went around and I took and sold a letter, a quarter of a letter, a half a letter, what have you. This gentleman bought a whole letter. Every time we've gone out, for instance, we've gone to National City, we've gone to Mount Carmel. You remember the little bus stop we make? There's always been milk and juice. The donuts have been purchased. The milk and juice comes from this man. Band camp. There's always been punch. On those hot days when you guys are blowing your brains out, trying to get that field show down pat, there's always been that punch to fall back on. We had a pancake breakfast, and he helped us there. He helped us with some coupons on some tickets. He's always been there to help. I don't know how many of you realize this. Don, would you come up? Don Boss, right? Token from the regiment, I'd like to give Don this to hang in his establishment so that everybody will know that he's a supporter of the Shamrock Regiment. Orange Thorpe and Moody. Got it in, right? Okay.
You didn't mention the organization on Moody and Orange.
I did. I said from McDonald's, Don Fosnick.
Yeah.
I said McDonald's. McDonald's. Okay, we have some certificates for my board. And if it wasn't for this board, a lot of the things that happened this year wouldn't have happened. I'll tell you, I had one fine board to work with this year, and I think Zig can attest to that. Because it wasn't a case where I was going to be able to get out and do everything. But these people all got in there, rolled up their sleeves, and did it for all you kids. And I think we need to remember them a little bit. Kathy Yon, would you come up here, please? Dan Vice President. Second Vice President, which is the color guard, Edith Bimbo. Affectionately known as Mom. Financial wizard of the organization, our banker, Linda Warner. Secretary was Carolyn Eiling. Our parliamentarian was Kay Pease. Kept us straight. Next year, we're going to be going to Ireland. That's a very monumental job. And we had a non-board position that we sort of made it part of the board, and it's been a lot of work. Tom Wright, the Ireland 87 trip manager. Ways and Means was different this year. We burned them out as fast as we got them. The first one started the year, and she couldn't continue, but she was always around to help. Bobby Gomez.
Thank you for the high blood pressure. Sleep nice. And I love you all.
We had another Ways and Means, and we lost him halfway through the season. But we're not forgetting him. We like him. Who is not here tonight, who is our Ways and Means right now, which is Richard Lutz, and we'll give him his certificate at our next meeting. Now, I have a little something to say about each one of these people while they're here. I'm going to start with Kathy over here. Have you ever wondered why the kids are so quiet on the buses? It's not because they're tired. It wasn't because they were under orders to be quiet. I got this out of Kathy's car. You know what I mean?
Eddie and Jason.
Tom, I heard you didn't have any luggage for the Ireland trip, so we got you a complete set of Irish luggage, and I'd like you to open it up and take a look.
Oh, you better work it. Stand back. I was like, I know.
We start with a mini carry-on bag, followed by a weekender, tote bag. Whoever said the two-suiter, here it comes. A three-suiter. And of course, everybody has to have a carpet bag.
The one that's been so affectionately called Mom. If you're ever around the color guard, which we had 4 years of that, so we know this for a fact. You never get back your supplies the way that you gave them out. And this is what's left of your supplies, Edith. We all thought the regiment money was Mercury Savings, right? But I was talking with Rob the other night, and he told me the truth, Linda. I've heard of the auditors and the financial people being called bean counters. Has anybody ever heard that saying, bean counters?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the other night I was coming home from the pizza over at Shakey's, and I got a ride home from Howard. I couldn't believe what I found underneath the front seat of his car. What are you doing down there?
I'm not nothing.
This got pushed up against the side. I didn't see it. We had this one for you as the auditor.
Oh.
You were checking all of that. We know how, Carol, how you like to take the minutes.
Oh boy.
Typing. No, she's got her little scratch pen, you know. Yeah. So we got you some new supplies for next year. We got her the regular size, and then we got her the mini size for the small notes. Then there's Bobby. Because of her health, as you all know, she resigned as the Ways and Means, but she wasn't a quitter. She stayed with us and helped. She took care of the game shows, the pizza night. She was the car wash. She was trying to raise money for us. She always knew we needed money. What I was going to do is I was going to bring you over a leftover piece of pizza, you know, but that didn't go. But we got her some of her leftover tickets from the game show, and Bobby, this money won't work. This next lady has affectionately been called the bag lady. It's done in the best of taste. But you've seen her picking up cans down National City. So we thought we'd help her out and make sure when she goes on her upcoming Hawaii trip, she'd be dressed formally.
Thank you. Oh, God.
Got a beer? Last but not least, we know for a fact, for a long time, Zig has been talking about bagpipes for the band, for the marching season. But for the boosters' budget, you know, it's a little tight. But we did the best we could. Here you go, Zig. Like I said earlier, this booster board here has been one hard-working booster board. I mean, every time something's come up, they've rolled up their sleeves, dug in, and got it done. And I think most of the kids can attest to that. Whenever there's been a need, they've always known the board came through. And we have a little something, a little more serious. Edith? Thanks. Linda. Kathy. Keep coming back to the uniform. going to help out? Howard? Tom? Listen for me?
Yeah, you beat me to it. Hey, you got a man here.
Last but not least, for the guy that puts this thing all together, comes to our board meetings regularly, tells us he wants $1 million and we give him $1. Dick.
Hey, Rowdy, how do you feel? We feel good! Oh, we feel so good!
This time I'd like to start us going into the next season. And the best way to do that is to introduce your next president of the Boosters, Carl Erickson. And Carl can introduce his board.
Before we move on to what seems to be part of the next year, I have wanted to take a brief moment to acknowledge a great deal of commitment, perseverance, dedication, and fierce loyalty that has served all of you in helping to meet the objectives of the Booster Group. Rick and Jackie Polis have served together to help us all to achieve these objectives. And I would like to take a second to present this to them. From those of us that will be challenged to do as good a job and work with the rest of you in filling twice as many tables next year.
I'm sure she'll find a place of honor for this in our house. Yeah, he's coming right back. He'll be right back. You don't know.
Read what it says.
Go ahead, read.
I'm very bad at speaking. To Rick and Jackie Polis, Presidents, 1985-86, Shamrock Regiment Booster Club. We are having some last-minute elections here. I'd like to introduce the board for next year, and they will get no awards until they've performed. But if they would come and stand up here so that you could all become familiar with them. The band vice president, Georgia Clinkers.
Vice President Sherry Jackson. Linda Jackson. Corresponding Secretary Carolyn Eining. Recording Secretary Valin Heyer. The band treasurer will be Howard Pease. The question is, do we let him also audit?
No.
We have a special treasurer in Roger Clinkers. He will be functioning for our 87 trip. Our parliamentarian will be Phyllis Gay. A gentleman who I understand will not be making an appearance here tonight, but who has already been functioning in this particular role, Richard Lutz. You will all get to know him. He will have a long black whip. That's going to be ladies and me. We also will have, no doubt, the support of many of you in this room. If we can, we'll make each of you chairman of something. Let's all work together for Ireland next year. Thank you very much. Tom Wright will continue as a trip manager. We wouldn't let him leave.
Now I'd like to introduce Danelle Till, who will introduce the drill team boards.
I'd just like the existing board to stand up as I mention their name. As was mentioned before, Leah Hunt was our president. She was unable to be here tonight. One of our vice presidents was Carolyn Winton. We had 2 Ways and Means because we need a lot of help. And that was Elizabeth Hay and Jill Toth. Our secretary this year was Penny Mercer. Our parliamentarian, thank God we have a man on the board, Louis Yamanishi. And our treasurer was Velma Tippett. Next year's president for the Colleen Booster Club will be Jackie Malone, and I'd like her to come up and introduce next year's board.
First of all, I want to say that being president of the Booster Club, I will not give up my position of being drill team mom. No way! I also want to say in that function, I've never met a better group of girls than the drill team girls. And I have never respected and admired a group of seniors, especially my daughter, Laura. So I'd like to announce to you our vice president is Carol Winton again. Our second vice president is Elizabeth Hay and Jill Toth again, Ways and Means. They did such a good job. Our secretary is Shirley Denny. Our treasurer is Pat Campbell. And our parliamentarian, who I will lean on a lot, is Leah Hunt.
Okay, we have a little unfinished business that we have to take care of tonight. Okay, we had some gift checks that we sold. We had a little contest, and there was 2 sets of prizes that were the first place and second place. First place was with 36 books sold, and I mean that should set a standard for everybody. It can be done. Tricia Warner. Congratulations, Trish. The lady set a standard for everybody. Second place, sold 25 books, Daryl Pease. The next item we have to take care of is we had an ICF sale just recently, and part of that was to have a drawing for some gifts at the end. How many did we have that went into the drawing? Okay. Get the notes.
I can't do this without notes. This is the IFS gift sale, and they promised prizes. The kids who chose prizes already should have them, right? And this is for the cash drawing and the consolation prizes. And the students who are involved in this are Misty Bernard, Philip Cooper, Martin Estrada, Julia First, Henry Gillard, Angie Gay, Lori Clinkers, Scott Meckler, Daryl Pease, Mark Parra, Don Purcell, Dina Purcell, Anita Salgado, Robert Vaughn, Stacy Williams, and Adina Wright. And their names are all in here. And what we're going to do, we have cash prizes. We're going to draw to see who gets the money. And all of these students sold a minimum of 7 gifts and chose to be in the cash drawing. Okay, go ahead and draw. No, they're just thick pieces of paper. Okay, Misty Bernard, is she here tonight? Stacy Williams, and I know she's not here, but we'll hang on to her money for her. Okay. Martin Estrada. Is Martin here? Martin's not here. Okay. These have been $5 prizes so far. Martin Estrada again. That's $10 for Martin. We have 2 10s and a 20 coming up. Anita Salgado. Oh, Lori Clinkers. I didn't draw that.
Don't go away. Don't go away.
Lori Clinkers. Well, I won the Shamrock. It's only fair she wins that. Okay, for the students who did not win money, they get a prize. And so every one of them who is here can, why don't they, shall I have them see me? Or shall we have them come up? It's getting so long. I have a bag full of gifts for you to choose from. Yeah. So that.
See her at the end of the evening.
Yeah. Who sees Martin Estrada? Okay. Thank you, all of you who participated.
Okay. I'll give it back to you right now, Zig, but at the end, don't anybody rush away. We got a bunch of door prizes. Everybody's name went on the back of the tickets. Remember writing your name on the back? Got a basket full here, and there's a whole bunch of goodies back here, so don't run away.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to thank and introduce Kathy Grover, and she can make whatever thank you she might have to the people that helped her. The banquet chairman.
thank you. I hope you enjoyed your dinner and the festivities tonight. I'd like to especially thank Linda Warner. We worked not that hard together, but it took a little time to get the checks and all the notes saying take money out of my account, and it's going to be hard on her to get all the books closed up because there's 40 cents in one account left and 26 cents in another account, so it's going to be hard for her, and I'd like to thank her for the time she took out helping us. Karen Berry and Belinda Heyer, they came after school today, and Linnea Wright, I kept calling her the wrong name today, and I apologize. And Mr. Cancel, he was very nice to work with, and Mr. Pullis, thank you.
Okay, I've been instructed to not forget that Kevin Herring has something that I believe is an impromptu.
Well, you know, I'm a freshman this year, okay? Boo, piss, whatever. Okay. Is it all off the chest? Okay, thanks, man. But anyways, coming in as a freshman, I heard this story about a guy with a crock whip and big fangs. You know, and he was an instructor here. And, you know, I was kind of, like, hesitant coming in here. You know, my friend, my buddy Keith, you know, tells me all this stuff. But he's an instructor. And, you know, this guy's got huge fangs, 3 eyes, and, you know, whatever, crock whip. And if you mess up, he hits you with it. So, you know, I was hesitant on coming in. And then after a while, I found out he knew my brother, so I figured, hey, he won't touch me if I, you know, goof around. But I figured out, and, you know, they got on my case, so I'm not worried about it anymore. Well, that's Jeff Sharp, one of our great instructors. Jeff? Another instructor, also, well, he knew my sister, okay, and he loves Rush. He loves Rush, you know, so, you know, one day we were talking, and it's Steve Bikini. So, you know, through marching season, you know, it's first period, everybody's out there in shorts. You know, he's dressed up now, but shorts, t-shirt, he's out there having cigarettes, and it's like, hey guys, what do you want to do? You know, he's just relax, what do you want to do? Some of us say, well, let's play. No, let's march. No, let's just kick back. So sometimes we take the vote, and other times, you know, he'd have to say so. They always did what Mr. Cancel had him do. And, you know, they're great. Steve, thanks, you know. And there's this one. One guy, you know, I heard these people talking about babies at shows. Babies, you know, throwing babies off the bleachers. And then I found out that it had to have been Dave. I just figured out it came from Dave. You know, he always comes to school with sticks in his pockets and everything. So, you know, he's pretty cool. He comes with his shades, kick back, you know, all concussion sectional. So, you know, Dave was great. You know, and then I went out for drum combine. You know, helped him out, played cymbals. It was a big thrill. You know, it was great. It was great. And so, you know, I kept hearing this thing, babies. And it finally popped in my mind. You know, I'm a freshman. I'm slow. Okay? So, you know. And then, Danelle, the drill team instructor, right? We're out there at one practice, and she's all, well, we found out a new thing to add, you know, GE, whatever. And it's, let's see, do you still remember that? You stand up and do a question. Please. Well, it was just a weird drill team move. And band members, you know, in our uniform, it's like, you know, you're pretty strapped up. It's hard to do that. But we got the hang of it. And then, okay, Jennifer. Is Jennifer back there? Come up here and do it, please. What do you drill team members know? Instructor Paul. You know, I don't think he's here. But anyways, is he? Paul? Oh, he left. But anyways, you know, I'd always see him walking, you know, around on his heels all the time. And I thought, you know, maybe there's something wrong with him. I thought, you know, he had like heels. I don't know, it's just something weird. And then all the time I heard him yelling "style" with his hands up, and walking around "style," you know. So Mount Carmel comes around, right? He's up, but above the judge's booth by the camera, he's yelling "style," and everybody, you know, I can hear him. Where is he? You know, I see him. He's got his hands up like this, "style, style." And so he kept saying that, and then Gary counted us off, right? And I'm a freshman, you know, I'm slow, so I hit a note, and then I backed off real quick. And I heard him shut up. He didn't say any more after that. And then I finally, you know, he talked to me about it. But then Gary helped us out. Freshmen, as soon as we started marching, we had a little competition there. That was great. And I just wanted to say, and I can speak for most of the freshmen, that the instructors really helped us a lot this year. And I just wanted to thank them.
Before we get into the door prizes and then the slideshow, which I know we're all anticipating and looking forward to, I would like to just take a second and thank the gentleman that's been responsible for it. Honestly, I do not know how many years, but certainly the 2 years I was here, probably plus 2 or 3 prior to that. 6 prior to that. 6 total, huh? Okay. And that's Mr. Dave Peters. I'd like to award him a gift certificate.